Following the announcement of the Harry Potter franchise being rebooted and retooled into a streaming series for Warner Bros. Discovery's Max streaming service, the Harry Potter faithful have been seemingly just as skeptical as they have been excited, and that skepticism has only increased upon the reveal of the project's casting choices. Now, the drama between the franchise's famous author and the choice for the role of Severus Snape can be added to the list of things that have Harry Potter fans concerned. Let's talk about Paapa Essiedu signing a letter that opposes the recent UK Supreme Court ruling affirming gender, and J.K. Rowling's response to it all here on That Park Plays.
Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling has fired back after Snape actor Paapa Essiedu has signed a letter opposing the UK court rulings on gender issues. Now, that is a pretty big story there. J.K. Rowling has obviously found herself at odds now with the Snape actor Paapa Essiedu, also known as the Black Snape. The divide surrounding the series has deepened as several Potter franchise actors, both past and present, signed an open letter opposing the United Kingdom's Supreme Court decision affirming that legal definition of sex refers to biological sex. Among the signatories were Fantastic Beasts star Eddie Redmayne, original film series actress Katie Lung, I know what you're saying, who? It was Cho Chang, and most notably Paapa Essiedu, who will portray Severus Snape in the new adaptation. And there you see him there. And the open letter, which drew over 2,000 signatures from within the entertainment and academic industries, claimed the court's ruling, quote, undermines the lived reality and threatens the safety of individuals who identify differently from their birth sex. It prompted backlash across social media, with critics and supporters of J.K. Rowling once again colliding in a very public debate. Rowling, who has celebrated the UK court's decision as a win for sex-based rights, posted a lengthy essay on X addressing the letter and those who signed it. She said, in light of recent open letters from academia and the arts criticizing the UK's Supreme Court ruling on sex-based rights, it's possibly worth remembering that nobody sane believes or has ever believed that humans can change sex or that binary sex isn't a material fact. She added, these letters do nothing but remind us what we already know too well, that pretending to believe these things has become an elitist badge of virtue. Now, of course, Vash, this brought up the calls for her to get rid of Paapa Essiedu from the Harry Potter series, which people have wanted since his casting was announced, as it is a race swap of a popular character. And she says, I don't have the power to sack an author from the series, and I wouldn't exercise it if I did. I don't believe in taking away people's jobs or livelihoods because they hold legally protected beliefs that differ from mine. What an odd concept that is. Vash, your thoughts on this quickly?
Yeah, this is a really, really interesting story. So it's taken multiple different turns and so forth. We have Paapa Essiedu signing this letter opposing this UK or Supreme Court decision right here that defines gender and so forth.
The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010 refer to a biological woman and biological sex. But we counsel against reading this judgment as a triumph of one or more groups in our society at the expense of another. It is not.
We were in a really difficult place in Scotland then. We thought we were going to see rights for women rolled back, and today the judges have said what we always believed to be the case, that women are protected by their biological sex, that sex is real, and that women can now feel safe that services and spaces designated for women are for women, and we are enormously grateful to the Supreme Court for this ruling.
I mean, everybody was kind of hoping that J.K. Rowling would respond to this in kind by actually removing this actor right here from the cast. And by the way, it's not because of any of features, but more about, like, is this necessarily the right gentleman to actually embody such an amazing role that was previously held by Alan Rickman. And again, if you do go forward with this kind of colorblind casting as they have in this instance, well, that creates problems foundationally with the actual story itself of Harry Potter and his interactions with Snape. So and the family and so forth.
It's just funny. Is like the comparison and John C over in the chat here was saying, she definitely doesn't come from the KK line of thinking, the Kathleen Kennedy line of thinking, where they tried to destroy Gina Carano's livelihood over her political opinions. Now, J.K. Rowling is saying that she does not believe in something like that. Now, at the end of the day, J.K. Rowling is a progressive. She is a leftist. She only disagrees with them on one thing, and that is the one thing, of course, that they will demonize her for. But it is interesting to note that this is more than just, hey, I'm gonna. I don't have the power to do this. This is an anti-cancel culture statement, if you actually think about it.
Yes, and I honestly don't disagree with the main point being espoused here by J.K. Rowling, that you shouldn't cancel somebody if they espouse an opinion or sign a letter or something like that. Your livelihood shouldn't be affected by your viewpoints. That's fine. I think a lot of fans were just hoping that something different would play out here, but I can understand J.K. Rowling's foundational principles when it comes to this specific issue right here. As much as we might disagree with the casting, should he necessarily be canceled over this? Well, it's a really interesting idea. Maybe that he shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's interesting here is, you've got a situation where Harry Potter actors come out of the woodwork a lot to kind of like go at her. Now, people who stood by her notoriously, Tom Felton, Robbie Coltrane, they actually, but then you have, the original three, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, and Daniel Radcliffe, who all, opposed her and spoke out against her, and she does not forget those kinds of things. So once again, you're having this issue here with this Harry Potter series. You are just continuing to make sure that nobody's going to watch this. The right hates it, the left hates it, everyone hates it. Now, I would say though, if Paapa Essiedu is so gung-ho about these issues, why is he in this? Why did he take the money? Why not walk away? Make a statement, Paapa Essiedu. Be like, you know what? I'm not going to be in this now. Find yourself another Snape. Apparently.
Yeah. A lot of people
go so far.
Apparently, yeah, those virtual signal points, they don't pay the bills here. Marvin.
Go figure.
He's got to get that cash. He understands that this is the role of a lifetime right here. This is going to put him on the map, so he cannot walk away from this. Absurd. But exactly. I have my foundational principles, I swear. I mean, unless you have a big enough paycheck and a big enough role for me to play. That's the kind of ironic thing about this story, for sure. But I know, I think this has dimmed a lot of the enthusiasm for this specific iteration of this Harry Potter story coming to life. And I do hope it all works out. But man, it has really gotten off on the wrong foot. That's for sure.
Bucky Cat for $5 says the Alphabet community has been going after Paapa for not quitting the cast. That's going to definitely come back to bite him in the butt. At the end of the day, you can't sign that letter and then be like, oh, but I'm going to be in Harry Potter. And you can't. She's very, very involved in it. So where are your values, Paapa Essiedu? Why don't you walk away? I dare you. I dare you to walk away from that money. Show us what kind of man you actually are.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.